Hello everyone, I'm back today with a new process video. I'm continuing work on my Autumn Adventures album that I designed in Canva. So you can see I have some very cool layouts happening here, and my goal today is to do 4 layouts. I have 1, 2, and then 3, 4. And all of the layouts I'm showing today use templates from My Sweet Kate. So we're back to this set that I bought on Etsy, and you can see the first one here is this right here. The only thing I did to manipulate this one is I made the font a little bit bigger and stretched out the box going around because I felt like it was too small the way that it came. Otherwise, I really didn't have to do much. I just took my photo, dropped it in the spot here, adjusted that little bit, and that was it. And what I wanted to do was use the title of the exhibit, which was Hymns to Nature. So I just repeated that all the way around the semicircle here, and it worked out great. And then for this one, you can see here, part of the template is obscured from this thing, but you can see here it was all pretty much left the way she designed it. All I had to do is drop in my stuff. So the majority of the things I put in there are photos, except for 2 boxes. This one I chose to use a digital card that I had from another set, so I just dropped that in. And then I added digital paper here because I was trying to get that turquoise color or that aqua color, and I was having a really hard time finding cards that had that color, so I thought, well, fine then, I'll just use some digital paper. So that's what I did there. So an embellishment will go there when I'm working on this. I'm just not sure what that will be. And then for these 2, you can see those designs here as well. For this one, I actually removed the text box. You can see there was a text box there. I didn't want to journal there, but I wanted a title. And so I chose this, and this is actually one that came free in Canva. So I didn't even have to buy that anywhere or really do anything special. All I did was choose what they had, and I think I adjusted the color so that it would match more since I had a lot of orange happening, but otherwise it was already in there, so it was super easy to change that. And then for this one, this is another one of the templates that was already in here, so I just sort of futzed with it a little bit. You can see it's kind of hiding, but you can see it. It's this one right back here. And if I remember right, I just elongated the boxes a little bit more because I needed a little bit more room than what I was getting. So I just stretched them a little bit, and then I just put in my title and my own journaling, left a spot so that I can embellish right here. Okay, so I've pulled out a bunch of my fall themed stuff again, and I did find this acrylic piece that I had in there, and I had kind of forgotten about it. I don't know what else I would use it for, so I think I'm going to use it on this layout, and I think I'm going to just kind of put it in this empty space here because I don't want to lose the big flowers. They're so pretty and they add such nice color. But if I add it here, I won't really be losing anything. So all I have to do is remove the backing, put a little liquid glue on it, and attach it. And this is the liquid glue that's my favorite. So I will be using that one. I have attached the piece of acrylic, and you can see it, but it blended in even more than I thought it would. I mean, obviously I knew it was clear, but having that backing on it was a little deceiving. I thought maybe it wouldn't be quite so clear, but it really is. You can see it, it just doesn't have quite the dimension that I thought, but the glue is pretty much already dried. I'm not going to pry it up. It can just stay there, and it looks better when you see it up close. So hopefully when someone is flipping through this, they'll see it, and you know what? That's enough. That might be all I do with that layout as well, because with all of this happening, I don't know that it needs too much else, but we'll see. So I think I'm going to move on to this side and work on that. And then when that's done, if I feel like, oh shoot, now I need something else over here, then I can always add it. I do have these. I do have some aqua colored enamel dots as well. I just haven't pulled them out yet. But I can start with these because they were already in my autumn stuff. And then I need to find something that's going to fill this space. Looking at this, do I maybe want green? Because there is green over here, like a darker green, but there's really none over here. Don't want to add more blue. There's already quite a bit of that. Unless I went with a really dark blue, almost purple, because that's what's happening here. Not really any of the yellow or gold. There's a lot of that. Or red, maybe. There isn't really red over here, though. More I look at it, I think green might be the best choice, but I'll mess around with some stuff and just see what happens. To fill this space, I have found 3 things. I like them all. The first thing was this giant hunter green heart, but it would fill that space quite nicely, and it does look pretty good with the greens that I have over here. So that is option number 1. Option 2 is I have this circle that says love this autumn day, and I could put something in the middle or stamp something, but it fits in there nicely with a border. It does have 2 shades of green, lighter, which I do have in here, and then darker or more bold as well. And then option 3, I have this, which I think is 1.5 inch circle, and it would go right up to the edges of the box, so you wouldn't see as much of the blue, but you'd still get some. But it also has a 2-tone look to it. So I've got that darker hunter green that's in there and a lighter, which I really like that. Not that I don't like this heart, but it's a solid color. I kind of like having the 2 different tones, but I'm not sure which I like the best. This feels very big, whereas that feels a little bit better sized, maybe. This, you still get quite a bit of that background though. I don't know, I'm torn. I like them all. Which one would you pick? I'm just not sure. So I'm going to go off camera for a little bit, futz around some more, see what truly speaks to me, and then I'll decide. I've decided to go with this element, so I just need to put adhesive on it and then get it adhered down. And I'm thinking about adding some enamel dots. There we go. To bring in more of the green. So I'm wondering if maybe I should put it in here somehow, maybe just like beneath Autumn Splendor or off to the side, something. And I like the fact that there's a round element now because I've got a curve over here. Now I just added one. If I have a third with a little dot, that would make me really happy. And I've got my rule of thirds. It's aesthetically pleasing. So I think I'm going to pull out some green dots next. I've pulled out 3 sets of enamel dots, different shades of green here. I have this one, which is a much brighter shade, certainly. I think it would look fine. So I have that one. And then I have these. These are from an old Cocoa Daisy set. And I have 2 different shades and they have glitter. And I'm really loving that, but I feel like maybe that would look weird because I don't have anything else that's glittery or sparkly. But I like them, so I'm just going to keep them over here. And then I had this little partial set left, and this is more of sort of the lime look, a little bit closer to that. Definitely works with what's happening over here. So I have options. I could always choose to do more than one too. I could mix and match what I've got happening here. But these are what I've selected, and then again, I'll just mess around and see what I think looks best once I start laying them out. I decided to go with these because I was really liking how this color looked against all these other colors. I put one right here of the medium size, and now I'm thinking maybe I should put one here to draw attention to the month. And I could go with the largest or another medium. I feel like maybe the largest size is too big, so let's do another medium. Just do it maybe like right here. Or should I do it up here? No, I like it in the middle. Okay. So there I have that. These 2 are crossed from each other pretty much then, so I feel like I need a third one. So that's either going to have to be down here or maybe up here somewhere. I decided to place the other one up here to give me that visual triangle. It's nicely offset, and it draws the eye out into this white area, which is nice because otherwise it felt kind of stark just to have it so much white space without anything there. And white space in and of itself is not bad. It just felt like maybe a little too much. So I like that this draws the eye up there as well. So now I think these are done. They can go in the page protectors and I can move on into the next layouts. I pulled out some stuff from my autumn bin that I thought might work. Several things have pumpkins because that's what we were doing here. We were seeing the glass pumpkins. And then I pulled out a couple of green things as well. So I just thought maybe they would work, and even this kind of mustard gold color there, I thought maybe would work. I also noticed I do have purple in a couple of spots. And so I thought, well, I don't know that I have a lot of purple, but I can try to pull some out. And I was right. There's not a lot of purple to be had, but I found a couple of things. So I'm just going to take all of this and mess around and place them in different spots and see what I like. I decided to go with the purple elements. So I have these two adhered down already. I thought about this one, but now I'm not thinking that I like it as much as I thought I did. So I didn't glue that down. And I pulled out these because this color of purple would match really well. And actually, I think these are from Ellie Studio, so it makes sense that they would make the colors to match. But I'm thinking of just taking out one of the stars, either the medium size or the big ones, and maybe just putting it right here. It would give me a visual triangle, plus it would fill up a little bit of this dead space here. In looking at these, I think it's going to have to be the biggest star, because when you look at that, it almost looks like it gets lost in there. So I think it's going to have to be the big one, and I think I'm going to do it just like that. So I can easily peel that off. And then just center it nicely, like so. I want most of it in the top portion to take up that space. Let's see, yeah, I think that's pretty good. All right, so that's it. Those 4 layouts are done. I can put these in the page protectors, and I've made good progress already. I hope you'll stick with me to see how I put the rest of the layouts together as well. Thanks for watching.